Hello students, good morning to you all. Myself Farin Kumar Miss. Today I am going to teach you class 12 Flamingo book, second lesson, The Lost Spring. Stories of Stolen Childhood, written by Anish Jha. So first of all, try to understand the theme. The theme of this lesson. This lesson is an expert from Anish Jha book entitled Lost Spring, Stories of Stolen Childhood. Anish Jha always analyzes the grinding poverty and tradition which torment the lives of innocent children. So, here in this story, a boy, Saheb of Simapuri or Mukesh of Firozabad. Every child worker leads a life of a misery and want every child worker share the same poverty, dirt and exploitation everywhere. So let us start to study about this story. Anish Jha, who is the writer of this story, this lesson, comes across a boy that name is Sahab A. Alam every month. Sahab A. Alam can be seen surrounding for gold in the garbage dumps. He came from Dhaka, means he belongs from Dhaka. He does not even remember his old home. He does not go to school. There is no school in his neighborhood. His full name is Sahab A. Alam. It means Lord of the universe. But he does not know what it means. What is the meaning of his name? He roams about in the street with his friend. They are an army of barefoot boys. They work in the morning and disappear at noon time. They live in a perpetual state of poverty, means very below standard of poverty, and cannot afford even shoes, means they are unable, their condition is so much bad that they were unable to wear the shoes. Other younger boys wear shoes, but most of the rag pickers like Sahab remain shoeless. Most of these rag pickers live in Simapuri. It is a place of periphery of Delhi. There is no sign of any development and progress here. The house are of mud. They have roofs of tin and tarpaulin. There is no sewage of draining or running water. More than 10,000 rag pickers have lived there for 30 years. They came there from Bangladesh in 1971. They have no identity or permits. They do have only ration card that enable them to vote and buy grain. They have only such type of facility. For them, food is more important than identity. Women move around in tattered sari. Tattered means fati hui. Children grow up in poverty and dirt. They became partner in survival. Survival in Simapuri means rag people. Through the years, it has acquired the state of a fine art. Garbage to them is gold. Sometimes a child can find a silver coin in a heap of garbage. There is always hope of finding something more. Garbage is wrapped in wonder for children. For elder, it is a means of survival. So, one morning, the narrator sees Sahab standing by a fence gate of a club. Two young men dressed in white are playing tennis. Sahab is also wearing tennis shoes. They are discarded shoes of some rich boy. He refused to wear them because of a hole in one of them. For Sahab, even shoes with a hole is a dream come true. Now Sahab works in a tea stall. He gets 800 rupees and all his meal, these 800 rupees is all his meal. His face has lost the carefree look. Sahab, a alam looking is not as good as the previous when he was only a rag picker. He is carrying a steel canister. It seems heavier than plastic bag that he used to carry on his shoulder. The bag was his. The canister belongs to the shop owner. Sahab is no longer his own master now. Mukesh, its second part would be, in second part, Anis Jung says about a family that makes bangles in Firozabad. So Mukesh belongs to a family of bangle maker in Firozabad. Mukesh wants to be a motor mechanic. He will learn how to drive a car, but his dream looms like a Mirage. He lives in Dusty Street in Firozabad. The town is famous for its bangles. Every other family is engaged in making bangles. It is the center of India glass blowing industry. Families have spent generation making bangles for women. Mukesh family is among them. About when Anish Jung has written, now this data has been increased so much. So about 20,000 children, now this number would be more than 1 lakh, work illegally in glass furnace with high temperatures. Where? In the factory. They live in stinking lane. They are choked with garbage. Their homes are homes with crumbling walls. They have no window. They are crowded with families of human and animals. The elder of the family is a poor bangle maker. He has failed to renovate his house. Nor has he been able to send his 2 sons to school. They are not capable just to build the house or to send their son and daughter to school. He knows nothing except the art of making bangles. Mukesh's grandmother has watched her own husband go blind with the dust from polishing the glass on bangles. But they cannot give up God-given lineage. They have been born in caste of bangle maker in every other house in every street of Firozabad. One can see bangles of each and all colors. They are piled on handcarts pushed by young men. In the hutmen see boys and girls with their fathers and mothers, welding pieces of colors, glass into circular bangles. The bangles symbolize an Indian woman's suhag. Anish Jung has given a special word here, suhag. They symbolize auspiciousness in marriage. Little has moved with time in Firozabad. Means Anish Jung is saying that very little has changed with the time in Firozabad. Years of mind-numbing toil has killed the initiative of the young. They cannot organize themselves into a cooperative. Middlemen exploit them. There is no leader among them. There are 2 words. One word is of the bangle maker. They are caught in a web of poverty. There is another word of money lender, middleman, and the policeman who flees them. Mukesh's eyes are full of hope. he chooses to be different from others. He wants to be a motor mechanic. The narrator asks him if he dreamed of flying a plane. He silently says, "No, no, no." Hearing this, he says, "No." He is content to dream of cars that move down the street of his town. Actually, few planes fly over Firozabad. That's all. On the basis of this detailed summary, you will prepare your note. Thank you.